Today I will be redrawing and redesigning my first OC. Yes, I have drawn other original characters before this, but all of them were one-offs that I just doodled and pretty much never drawn again. But this was the first character I actually spent time designing and redrew more than once, hence why I consider them my first real OC. Despite all that though, there isn't much story or lore behind them other than their design. I mean look, I don't even have a name for her. Let's start drawing first and I'll talk over it about everything like every other video I've done. This is probably a shorter video since, well, I'm only drawing one character. I'm also going fairly unscripted this video, so we'll see how that goes as well. But seeing how bad I am at speaking from the top of my mind, probably not good. With this character, I first doodled her in the middle of class rather than paying attention, of course, and didn't really do anything with her since. Until like a year later, for one of the finals for a class, we had to make something character based, and for that assignment I decided to dig up the old drawing of her because I remembered and worked on the design some more. I unfortunately don't have the original doodles with me, but I do have the first redesign version I drew for my final assignment. With her design, the biggest noticeable element is obviously the giant red rope tied around her waist and her hair. I really wanted this to be large to stand out and be an identifiable trait, and it's just a design element I really like. Same with the giant kind of poofy tied up hair. With the redesign, I wanted to add some more smaller stuff to it so that it's not just a plain rope, which is why I added some gold items onto the rope for more color variation and so they won't be as plain. I also went around and spiced up some other elements to make them not as boring and just add overall smaller elements and change things up. For one, I added a pattern to the outfit that wasn't originally there, and I was debating between two different patterns, but I chose the wavy type 1 because I felt it looked nicer. I also added some red stripes to the hair because I thought just brown would be boring. And yes, of course, my first OC is an Oni, because of course I just adore Onis and characters with horns way too much. With the character's face, I really wanted them to have one of those scary and unapproachable type faces, but in reality be one of those very sweet and kind characters, and so that's what I tried to do. With the first one, it was looking very good, but the face ended up feeling very approachable, like they had a pretty friendly expression to them, which was different from what I had in mind. I also ended up spending way more time on the first one because aside from just like the face and the horn, I ended up working and playing around with some other elements as well, like cleaning up the rope, playing around with the hair design some more, as well as going back to the clothing a bit more to render it a bit slightly, which honestly wasn't really needed since it was just meant to be a head-like experiment design process. But at the same time, it works as great reference material for the future, so I guess it's fine. With the second head, I ended up making the eyes much sharper, as well as changed up the hairstyle slightly and made the horns curved, because I thought this would give her a even more like scary, sharper, like dangerous type feel to her. But something about the way I drew the eyes didn't look satisfactory to me. But I do like the way I changed up the hair in the back, as well as the way I made the horns very curved. And so for the last head, I decided to go even more with the curved horns and went even more with the sharper eyes and expression. Man, I'm very bad at going unscripted. This is precisely why I always write a script, because I am so bad at explaining things from the top of my mind on the spot. With this third expression, I took some inspiration from Ifrit from Arknights as well, which I don't know if you could see the resemblance, probably not. Also added some other stuff like the earring because I felt maybe I could add some more design stuff to the head as well. And I also went and changed the hair again with this one, adding back the red stripes in the hair and some other stuff. With the third head, I don't think it fits my idea of the character, but I really like the way I designed the third head, so I'll probably end up using the face shape, or not face shape, the eyes, the hair, the horns and all that on a separate character. And so out of the three heads I drew, I just ended up going with the first one because honestly, while it didn't match my imagination of the character perfectly. I really liked the way I drew the first head out of all of them. And I don't know if this is placebo because I spent the most time on it, but it's what I chose for the character in the end. After I finished the full body and head redesign, I wanted to make a full illustration of the character as well, but it wasn't turning out well. You can see the short time lapse being played of what I did, but I really didn't like how the background was looking and the perspective of the character and all of that, which is why after some time I gave up on this illustration. I tried cleaning up the background some more, but my rendering skills with environments is not good, which is why I end up just trashing this one. And I wanted to do another full illustration, but obviously I didn't have the time before my planned posting date to draw another illustration, so I couldn't do it. I'll probably do another video in the future alongside because I want to do more videos of creating new OCs as well, so I'll probably do a full illustration for this character in the future alongside in that video as well, but for now, this is what you get. And also as a note, my college is starting this week, so my videos are gonna come out sporadically once more. So sorry, I'm not gonna be consistent again, even though I was fairly consistent the last 2 months, posting every other Monday. Goodbye, my consistency. Anyways, if you want to see me actually design well and be able to speak about my designing process well, you can go check out my drawing Hollow Knight as human videos instead of this one. Check them out. There's 3 videos out right now. Well, that's it for me. Bye bye.